Hi, everyone. Welcome to NASCAR on NBC. I'm Kim Coon, and we just wrapped up the second race of the round of 12 at Kansas, which means we are headed to Talladega Superspeedway this weekend for the second race of the round of 12. So, a few things to keep in mind as we head to Talladega this weekend. The first is Ross Chastain, a non playoff driver, won at Kansas. So, what does this mean? It means that no playoff driver is safe and locked into the next round. So you cannot afford to ride around in the back and not earn stage points. Now, we saw this in the very first race back in the first round at Atlanta. Denny Hamlin had a set number of points the team thought they needed for that race. He rode around in the back thinking he just needed that minimum number of points. Well, he fell short of it, and it almost cost him a spot in the next round. He nearly avoided elimination. So I don't think we're going to see that strategy in this weekend's race. I think things are going to get aggressive and people will be looking for stage points early. Next, this is a super speedway. So we're going to see this fuel saving strategy in play. We've seen it all year long at the super speedways, which means you're going to see drivers about at half throttle at certain points of the race. So they're going to save fuel on track, which means they spend less time on pit road refueling the car. Now, with super speedway racing, you don't necessarily need tires, but you have to have a fuel tank that is full. So we're going to see teams on pit road waiting on fuel, which means there is a lot of pressure on the fuel man. You'll hear on the radios, wait on fuel. So keep that in mind all weekend long. This is also going to affect where you're going to see drivers and where they want to be in the pack. You typically would want to be the leader at a super speedway, but with this fuel saving strategy, you don't want to spend as much time up front because you can save more fuel in the pack than you can toward the front. And then finally, who's going to set themselves apart as the field heads to Talladega? Will somebody in the playoffs get a win or have a big points day? One driver I'm watching specifically is Alex Bowman, and that's because he has surprised throughout the entire playoffs so far. You look at the points he's earned. He earned 24 more points than any other driver so far in the playoffs. And if you look specifically at stage points, he leads all drivers in stage points earned in the playoffs with 53 and is the only driver to finish top 10 in all 8 stages. Now, as we head to Talladega, it behooves us to look back at the spring race. There were only 3 drivers in the playoffs that finished top 10 there. Who was one of them? Alex Bowman. So again, I'm keeping my eye on Alex to see if he continues this stronghold in the playoffs. It's going to be an action-packed weekend at Talladega. Everyone considers this a wild card race full of unpredictability. You do not want to miss it this weekend, 1:30 p.m. Sunday on NBC.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.